Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Shop Hush. Now I don't know if everyone is familiar with Hush, but if you are not, you should be because they rock. Basically, they have an app, they have a website, and it is just a beauty retailer, I guess. They sell a bunch of different brands, and they have like every beauty product you could possibly imagine, and it's all super duper affordable. I personally have only really played around with their eyeshadow palettes, which are supposedly dupes for higher end palettes, and they are seriously amazing. The quality is so great, they're so easy to work with. I'm obsessed. So I thought that this would be kind of a fun video to just kind of talk about Shop Hush a little bit, and then also do some swatches and talk about their newest palette, which is the Dreamstate Palette by Bad Habit. It's super gorgeous. So we will get there, but if you are interested in just hearing a little bit about Shop Hush and seeing some of their palettes, keep on watching. Alright, so right off the bat, Shop Hush, like I was saying, they have a website and then they also have an app. If you download their app, they always have free 2-day shipping, which I think is amazing. The last couple months, I have gotten notifications that things don't ship out in 2 days just because they've been so busy with the holidays, and they've been launching a lot of stuff recently. You also, with the app, kind of get first access to all of their new palettes. They tend to launch things there before they go live on the website, which is kind of exciting, and they'll typically, when they launch new things, do them at like a discounted price, so that's kind of exciting and good to watch out for. Now, I really have only ordered palettes from Hush Beauty, and the brand of palettes that I have ordered is Bad Habit. So I have 4 right here that we're kind of just going to talk about a little bit, and then like I said, their newest palette, Dreamstate, we'll do some swatches, and I'll kind of tell you guys just my first impressions on this one. So the first palette I ever ordered from them was the Aphrodite palette. Now this is supposedly a dupe for the Huda Rose Gold palette, and it's so gorgeous, and I think this runs for $12 on the app and then free shipping, but this is seriously so beautiful. I don't have the Huda Rose Gold palette, and after having this, I don't see any reason to need it because the quality of these shadows, I mean, if we just kind of look here, I'll do a matte and then a couple shimmers. The pigmentation and just the quality of these shadows is so pretty. They're gorgeous. They're super easy to work with. They blend really well. I don't have any issues with them fading on me throughout the day. So for this being my first one I purchased through them, I was super duper impressed. And that kind of led me into needing to order more palettes. So I thought it would be fun. I do own the Huda Desert Dusk palette. So here is this one. I thought it would be kind of fun to get the dupe for this palette, which is called Athena, and it's also by Bad Habit. Now, if you look here, they are so extremely similar. I did a side-by-side comparison on my Instagram not that long ago, so you can go ahead and check that out if you're curious. But I probably will be doing a video with these two relatively soon too, just so everyone can kind of see how they go on and how they compare to each other. But, I mean, honestly, the price difference here, I think this one is like $65 and this one was $12. So me personally, if I can find an option that is like significantly cheaper and that's going to work just as well, the exact same as the higher end, I see no reason to not just dive on in and go with that one. So those two are awesome. Those two, the Athena and the Aphrodite. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend these. Then another one I've purchased through them is the Solstice Bad Habit palette. Now this one I think is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, which is literally like $120, I think. And this one is gorgeous. This is like right up my alley. I'm super into like the warm tones and the reds, and as you can tell, that's just kind of, I don't know, it's just what I like doing on myself and what I like using. So when I saw this palette, I knew that I needed to get it. And this one as well, I think was $10, $12, something like that. And these colors are just so pretty. So there's kind of some finger swatches, and then I'll just put those on my arm here. I mean, the pigmentation, they're gorgeous. And this one's kind of a duochrome, like an orangey yellow. Oh, it's so pretty. This is one of the palettes I reach for the most. You can kind of see this one has had some work done on it because I am obsessed with this palette. I also appreciate the fact that for the price, the packaging is pretty nice. So they're magnetic, they close, and then they all have a mirror and everything in them, which I think is pretty nice for that affordable of a palette. So yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on those ones. They have so many more that I'm excited to try, but I just have not gotten around to ordering them yet. They have quite a few dupes for like the Anastasia Beverly Hills, Modern Renaissance. They have the Prism palette and quite a few other ones that I will definitely have to be checking out in the near future. Let's jump on into their new palette and do some swatches and kind of just talk first impressions and what I've been thinking of that one. All right, so the Dreamstate palette just launched within the last couple weeks here, and I ordered it like the exact minute it launched, because the other thing I should add is when they do launch these on their app, they sell out like incredibly fast. So if you're wanting to order one, make sure you kind of watch for when they launch and then like jump on it right away, because you will miss it. So this one is super beautiful. It has all shimmers. So this is a pressed glitter palette. If you ask me, I think that this was intended to be a dupe for the Fenty eyeshadow palette. I have no experience with that one, so I'm not sure performance-wise how they compare, but I haven't had this one that long, but I have kind of been playing around with it, and I am obsessed. So I am going to show you some swatches, but I'm going to kind of do two different things here. I'm going to show you just finger swatches, and then I want to show you swatches using a brush and Fix Plus. Since these are pressed glitter, I don't know if you'll be able to see really, but you can kind of see here, they're pretty chunky, so they work best if you do use them with like a Fix Plus or just any kind of setting spray sprayed on your brush, and it just gives them a little extra shine. So let's go ahead and jump on into some swatches. I will do without the Fix Plus first, so we're just gonna do kind of normal here. And I'm just gonna go right in here and kind of show you. So here is a couple here, and then I will just put them down the arm, and they're beautiful. I mean, oh, they're so pretty. So there is the first four. So this is Muse, Reverie, Surreal, and then Blur. Next, we are going to do Incubus, Abstract, Trance, and Vivid. So this is Incubus. Gorgeous. That's the one I've played around with the most, and I'm obsessed. This one is called Abstract. Beautiful. This one's called Trance. Also beautiful. And this one is called Vivid. Also gorgeous. Next, we are going to do Nirvana, Delusion, and Mirage. So this one is Nirvana. Super, just like a dark, pigmented, sparkly green. Oh. This one is Mirage, Delusion. And this one is Mirage, another green. Now, if you ask me, I think these two right here, especially in person, are super duper duper similar, but they're still super duper duper gorgeous, so that's okay with me. All right, we have four left here, so we are going to do Bliss, Days, Lucid, and Origin. So this first one here is Bliss, gorgeous. This one is Days, so pretty. Lucid, and then we have Origin, which is another kind of like greeny, gray, super gorgeous. Yeah, so those swatches, I mean, they swatch super duper well, but I do want to show you guys just kind of the difference, and I probably won't do all of them, but just on a few of them, the difference that using Fix Plus on a wet brush can make, and just kind of, I think they pop a little bit more. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so first I'm gonna take a swatch of Incubus right here, and I am just gonna put that on my arm with my finger. Then I am going to take a brush here. This is one of my favorite brushes to pack on these colors onto my lid. I'm gonna spray it with some Fix Plus, and then I'm gonna dip into the color here. really pack it on like that. And then I'm gonna go right next to it. I'm not sure if you guys are gonna be able to really see on here, but it's a lot less kind of translucent, and I think that the finish is just a little prettier. Let's do another color, just maybe you can see the difference a little better. Let's do one that was a little more powdery. So like this Nirvana color, it's kind of an olivey green, and it swatches really pretty, but it is kind of chunky and powdery. So we are going to take the Fix Plus on our brush again. We're gonna dip into that color, and then I'm gonna spray one more time over top of it. Really get it nice and wet. And we are just gonna lay that down. There we go, that one you can see the difference. You see how that made it just a lot less chunky. I think that you're gonna have a lot less fallout. I'm gonna go over that one more time. And it's just a lot more shimmery. They just have kind of a wet foiled finish, which for me personally, that's kind of my preference. So I'm gonna do one more here, just kind of showing the comparison. Let's do Blur, which I think is just super gorgeous. Just kind of a silvery. Now I haven't actually done side-by-sides of these, so this one might look pretty similar because it already looks pretty foiled, but we will give it a try. All right, let's see. Yes, it's so pretty. So I mean, you really can just see the difference, that it is just less powdery. That one kind of really looks more goldy when it's wet, actually. It's kind of surprising. But yeah, so that's kind of the difference between just using the Fix Plus or not using it. If you try and use them dry on a brush, you get a lot of fallout. So if you're not going to use Fix Plus, I would just recommend using your finger and kind of just patting them onto the lid. They stay really well that way as well. So yeah, I mean, I have used this, like I said, a couple times. I just did get it fairly recently. It is kind of fun because, like I said, it's a pressed glitter palette. So this is the first pressed glitter palette that Bad Habit has come out with. And basically on their website, they just talked about how that essentially just means there's a lot more tiny glitter particles packed into these shadows than like compared to their shimmer shadows, which I personally love a lot of shine. I think it's so much fun to play around with. I love the color scheme they give you here. I don't know how frequently you see this pretty of like an aqua blue and like this mint green, and I think they're gorgeous. So from me, this definitely gets 2 thumbs up. If you are into like the shimmery shadows and stuff, I highly, highly, highly recommend grabbing this one, as well as some of the other Bad Habit palettes. I mean, they're just incredible for the price that you're paying. So you really cannot go wrong, in my opinion. All right, so I just kind of wanted to give you guys the lowdown on Shop Hush and just go through a couple of their palettes, like I said, that I've just really, really been enjoying. It's kind of hard to trust a website or like an online retailer that you have never heard of, just because you don't know what kind of quality you're going to be getting. You don't know, I don't know, there's just lots of unknowns when you're shopping online. So if you are curious, they are incredible. I really, really, really like them. They've saved me lots of money by not having to buy the higher end palettes. So if you're curious about some of the high end palettes, but maybe just don't want to spend that much money, I would highly recommend starting with the Hush palettes or the Bad Habit palettes, just seeing how those work for you. And honestly, there's no need to splurge $60 to $70 on a palette when you can get one that performs just as well for $12, $14, however much they are. Yeah, so that is kind of just my thoughts on Hush. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep your eyes out. I'm going to do a video later this week and kind of do a Valentine's Day eyeshadow tutorial, because it's that time of year. And I love reds, I love pinks, I love Valentine's Day. So I figured why not just do it. So thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video and you'd like to see more in the future, please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel so you do get notified when I post new videos. But like I said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.